I say, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? I am your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. Y'all already know, man. So look, man, I gotta bring in some music because I got a very special guest. I gotta bring in this music that he's gonna have on this commercial before I bring him in, buddy. You already know. Yo, so look, man, we got my boy. He's a proven collaborator, driven and skilled professional with a 10-year track record of success, extremely well versed in account management. You got my boy up in this Landon McKinnis, man. Hold on, let me bring this back, Landon, because I don't think they heard me. I said, listen, y'all, I have a proven, collaborative, driven, and skilled professional with the 10-year track record of success, extremely well versed in account management. Welcome to the platform. We got the great, amazing, talented Landon McKinnis. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, so look,
To be here.
man, you're doing a lot of great things. We're gonna get into it, but before we get into the main thing that we are here for, I want to talk about your journey. So, for my people, where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Born and raised in Kansas City. Born in Kansas City, Missouri. Grew up on the Kansas side. Anybody from the Midwest KC metro area knows what the difference is. But um, grew up in Kansas City. Yep, grew up in Johnson County, Kansas. On both sides, Kansas City and Kansas City, Missouri. Grew up playing sports, AAU basketball, football. Went to high school, Shawnee Mission Northwest High School. Yep, and Kansas is where I call home. Home of the world's best barbecue. It's a great place. I always love home.
Barbecue, I love the barbecue. So, tell me, what was your education background?
Education background, and ultimately graduated from University of Kansas. Started out, got a football scholarship out of high school. Went to Fort Scott Community College. Out of there, I went to Missouri Southern. Then out of there, walking on to KU until I finished out my college career in education there. And then went on from there into business administration, and just went off from there.
Okay. So let me talk about this. You have a great creation, that I love. When I first saw it, like I gotta get one. You have a trimmer called Go Nuts. It looks great. What made you want to go and create, something so amazing anyway? Like, what made you get that thought process? Was like, hey, I'm about to do this.
So I wanted to be able to do something that was groundbreaking, memorable, something that would stand apart, disrupt an entire industry, make an impact on society, and ultimately be something that was undeniably something somebody couldn't refuse as far as using in their everyday life. I've always been a problem solver, always looked to be an entrepreneur, being involved in different businesses and different industries. So always looking and doing analysis on different industries and different things that I might be able to do to make a difference. And I found an industry that has long needed some sort of a change, and I felt that there was a way for me to figure that out.
Okay. So what was the very first step into developing?
The very first step is actually protecting the idea, making sure nobody else did it, making sure you're not doing something that somebody has already thought of, not copying off of anybody else. Has to be original, has to be thought out. I had 2 different patent searches conducted before I followed through with actually coming through with the full design where it would be something that would be approved through all the patent searches and be patent approved.
So how did you come up with your design? Like, what made, because I know you probably looked at all these different, it's a lot of trimmers out there. What made you come up with your design?
I'm an athlete. At the end of the day, when it comes down to when I started looking at marketing and I started looking at the way people's buying habits are, the way things that people are attracted to, especially nowadays with people's short attention spans, the shiny new ball, something that's new, something that has to catch your eye, also has to be able to actually solve a problem. And then I just reverse engineered the problem that I was having with the current actual products that I were using, and everything that I found was no difference in actually solving the problem that I had. It was just a different feature or a different color or a different, something like a different type of design to it. But ultimately, they all work the same. You hold it the same. You work it the same. All of them come with the same parts, same moving parts. But ultimately, there was nothing that actually stood out from the next guy other than the name on the label.
Mm. So let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say I have an idea, right? Like you just was breaking it down. So I was like, okay, I want to come out with super quirky glasses or something. Like, what would be the first step for me to do that? Like, what would I have to do?
You have to do a Google. You have to do a search, and yeah, but understand this: once you search something on Google, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, in knowing that, you want to search key terms. So, if you wanted to say goofy glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and you might have had a different design for it, there's different ways to say goofy. Say different glasses, strange glasses. Um, you would say funny glasses. And doing that search is Google's going to show you everything that either you can shop, image, or all information of all those key terms of goofy, strange, different. Which in your mind you're like, "But I'm looking for funny." I just would add funny in there. I would see everything that's on there. I will also look at YouTube. I would also look at all the most popular search engines that most people go to when they're looking to shop or buy, and then I would do my research. So there's a lot of research that goes into doing something, find an idea, because ultimately I've had lots of instances where I thought I had a great idea and somebody already had come up.
I've had many of those myself. I'm like, I know I'm the first one thought it. Like,
And
dang.
then somebody have a full blown company already started.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so once it gets trade, how long does it take to trademark something for people who don't know?
The trademark filing itself, plus the contesting stage, plus the approval stage, plus the review stage, all ultimately takes a little over a year.
Mm,
A patent search can take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks,
mm,
to a month, depending on how long you take it. Filing for there's two different types of patents. There's the design patent, and then there's your conventional patent, or in the utility patent. I apologize, your utility patent. Then there's a design patent, and then you have to file your utility patent as your first instance of actually registering your idea, which is ultimately what you're wanting to actually accomplish. And then you have your design patents for your designs that are different from what's out there already. So you have those filings, and those take about 2 years to go, 2 3 years to go through before you actually are approved for a patent, because they have their contesting. They send it back to you for review, or they send it back to you with their findings that they might have found. It doesn't all come down to pictures. It all comes down to function and the problems that it actually solved. So ultimately, your idea, or your idea has to actually be a brand new problem solver.
got you. So let me ask you this, Landon. So okay, let's say, like you say, you trademark everything. So how do you come up with actually creating the physical product?
You got to start with a model first. So just like any other any type of drawing, start with a drawing. First, it starts with a drawing on a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a pen is where it all starts from. You write it down, just like everybody said. You write it down, it makes it happen. So every idea, nobody's going to think about it. It's true what they say. You enjoy your small wins. Most times, people don't realize the vision until you've actually made it. That's very true. There's a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles from my own family member, and close relative. Imagine when I'm walking around, because it started out with just saying "go nuts" all the time. Go nuts. I'm about to go nuts. I'm about to go nuts. Yeah, I'm about to go nuts. I drove my brother crazy with that. He'll call me every day. He's like, yeah, 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 go nuts. No, go nuts. It starts with a drawing, and then it starts with a drawing, and then it starts with from a drawing to a model. You got to figure out somebody to make a 3D model. Nowadays, it's with the 3D printing and everything like that. They make it more cost effective to create a model. Then after you get a model, you got to come up with a prototype. After you get a prototype, then you have to get a fully functional prototype. And after a fully functional prototype, then you have to come up with a mold with a manufacturer in order to manufacture that product in obviously multiple times over. But every nook and cranny about that production is thought out, to the batteries, the wires, the placement, where you put the buttons, if there's a light, no light, waterproof, not water resistant. There's a difference. The size, how it holds, how big it is, how small it is, where things can fit, where they can't, what can be used, what can't be used, all of that.
Look, man, this sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. So
let me ask you this. So with all of that, everything you said, how much did you feel this cost?
Oh, it's over $250,000.
Wow. So listen, if y'all got this idea, you have to invest.
You got to invest in yourself before you make a dollar.
Facts. That $250,000. Oh man.
Just like everybody, like you hear from Rick Ross, any great entrepreneur, businessman will tell you, to build a brand or to do anything, you're gonna have to put the work in. And a brand isn't built overnight. It takes at least a minimum of 5 years, and I'm at 5 years to get this far.
So did you have to get any permits or anything for this, or you just say like, hey?
No permits. No, some of that's it's different parts. Like I'm not selling food or anything that's ingestible, so it's not like I need to get an FDA approval or anything like that. I do have to make sure all the parts and things that I use obviously are up to code and are standard and used for the body. But I'm not doing anything that's ingestible where I got to go and get any FDA approval.
Okay. So I want to show my people. We got a little testimonial here. That. We have for your trimmer, Go Nuts. So we're gonna play this, then I'm gonna ask you some questions about this after this.
Go nuts. I think I'm gonna have to try it. A little taint area, baby. Butt cheeks. I'm gonna go nuts. Get it? No. You got the baby smell. You're done with that.
Yeah.
We ain't going nuts. Go nuts.
Loving it. Absolutely loving it. It works great.
Oh no! Don't, it won't work. We gotta do that. Ben, look, he's setting it up. The butt throw on there. Wait, hold on, we gotta get it down.
Personal grooming designed by Go Nuts.
Yo, I saw that. That was the trimming device, Go Nuts, by my boy Landon McKinnis. And look, it ain't just for men. he got the women covered too. So Landon, tell the people about Go Nuts, your trimming device, and we're gonna go more in depth into it in our next interview. But I want the people to know your journey in the man, but still give them a little bit about Go Nuts.
So it's the world revolutionizing the hair trimming industry that's shaped just like an actual ball. It fits in your hand. It's comfortable to use. It hides all the scary parts of the teeth that actually bite, hurt, nick you, cause razor burns, and make you subconsciously take a second look at before you do what you're supposed to do before you actually use it. So we're all subconsciously trained because we've all learned, whether it's a hair clipper that was used that's nicked your back of your ear, cut the back of your neck, when someone was lining you up, they might have even got you on your forehead, or if you've used it on any other part of your body, sometimes you've been injured by some hair clippers before. So I wanted to make sure that never happened again. So I made sure I took away everything that was scary and still made it actually where it's effective and useful.
Can people order this right now? Is it out or?
Absolutely. We're in stock. We're selling right now. We're going crazy on TikTok. You can go order it right now at thegonuts.com. That's TheGonutz.com. That's thegonuts.com or the_GoNuts on all your social media.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Landon. While you were creating this device and going through this, like you said, for 5 years, what has been your greatest challenge?
Really every step comes with a new challenge. I actually say that's why they say enjoy the small wins, and enjoy it for the day, because every next step comes with another obstacle or another step that needs to be completed. So even though you get happy, okay, now I got a model made. Okay, great. I got a model, it looks great. But now I got to get a prototype. Now I got to find someone to make that prototype. So a lot of the hurdles is being told is like everything else, being told no, it can't be done. I'm not your guy. Just every step of the way is a hurdle. So that's why when they said you got to be really hyper focused, be passionate about what you do, so that you always keep moving forward. I've always had a belief in what I had, and I knew it was undeniable, and I knew regardless of what the competition was doing or how society was catching up, as far as with personal grooming was concerned, and actually that creating an actual industry to where there's other competitors in this space already, like right before I was able to launch. But that's why I took my time, because I knew I was building something and taking my time to do something that was worthwhile and quality before I ever tried to have somebody else try to buy it from me, because obviously my reputation and my name and everything is on the line, and especially when your first customers are your family and friends, you don't want to actually mess up anything that's the first juice.
Hey, get this awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so even on this journey, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
I would say the greatest accomplishment is being able to actually have inventory to actually sell. That was the moment it was real. Once it actually, not regardless of having prototype samples, everything else. Once I saw that truck pull up and that door opened up and the inventory and the boxes came out and everything has their logo on it, and you knew what it took to get to that point. That's that right. When you see that inventory and you're ready to actually sell inventory, when it's real, that would be the greatest accomplishment right there. Because now I'm shipping out something every day that I designed, built, invested into, and it feels good when those orders come over and I can go and grab that USPS envelope and pack them envelopes with their notes and stuff, and instead of waiting for the mailman to pick them up, I take them to the post office myself, because it's good dropping off and shipping stuff out that you actually knew you thought from just an idea on a piece of paper, and now you're selling a real product to people.
It's great. It's amazing. So let me ask you this, Landon. Like, you've been doing this now, like you said, you're great at it. You've taken the envelopes, doing it yourself. What advice would you have to someone who has an idea and who will want to do this? What advice would you give them?
Don't tell nobody else, and just keep doing what your idea is, because no one's going to see your vision but you, because everyone's going to tell you something that they haven't done, so they don't know how it can be done, so they're not going to help you get there.
Hey, that's real talk. That's real advice right there. So once again, where can these people go purchase this?
TheGoNuts.com. TheGonutz.com. That's TheGonutz.com. TheGoNuts.com.
Okay. And look, we gonna have Landon back. We're gonna get more in depth on the Go Nuts Treble. We're gonna get way more in depth. So right now, I just wanted y'all to hear his journey, see what he been doing, and see what he been doing with his product. So my last question, Landon, that I love to ask everyone, all my guests, when it is all said and done, and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the people to know about Landon McKinnis?
That he was an originator and an innovator and an inventor.
Mm.
That's why another thing I'm really proud of. My name is in U.S. Congress right now as an actual inventor. So I joined a long list of actual, Black inventors, I could say, that are in our history. So my name is always going to be etched in the books somewhere.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Landon McKinnis. I appreciate you for this great interview. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We got the commercial, man. We got everything. Hey, man, it's gonna be powerful and get you out of tremor. Look, I'm finna order one. I'm telling you, Landon, remember this. You're gonna see my name come across there. You're like, all right, let me package this up and send this off to Lacey.
Oh yeah, I look at all orders. I see them.
You gonna see my name. I want one of them.
I've been telling my friends I ain't seen their name yet too.
See, look, you can't say you ordered it because I get all the orders now. All right, thank you, Landon. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. I really had fun. I had a great time. I look forward to doing some more.
All right, no problem. All right, I'll see you later.
Thank you, sir. I'll see y'all later.
All right.